Right, before we go into the next video, I just want to run something by you. It's a classic example of kill-death ratios, meaning fuck all when you're losing. Play the bomber clot objective. Look, as you can see, I'm going for alpha. We got one dude with a freaking trip mine standing like a freaking knob. I'm jumping in the car like freaking Starsky and Hutch because we're bleeding tickets. We only got 5 tickets left and they're bleeding down to 0. That's how you play the freaking game of Battlefield. Whatever mode. Play the bomber clot objective. How are they? Greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome to my channel with some more What's Gwarnin. Just want to give you an update what's been Gwarnin in my professional capacity and from a gaming standpoint. First of all, my day job. I performed at a show last Sunday, been rehearsing very hard for the show the week before with my beautiful family of musicians and singers, and we finally got to the venue, done the sound check, and we started the show. And we was busting on all cylinders, but then the unimaginable happened. What happened, you may ask? Well, a borough-wide power cut. We thought we basically fucked up the whole PA system, but it wasn't us. It was a borough-wide power cut. Now, no one was more disappointed than me because I was so hyped to do the show for my UK fans, especially because of the fact that I've been basically working in America on and off for the last 5 years, and I decided to concentrate more on the UK European market now. So it was the first show in a long time that I've actually headlined in the UK. So with the power cut happening, no one was more upset than me. I mean, they were upset, but they understood the situation because it was of no fault of my own, the promoters or the venues. Do you know what I mean? So it was all good in terms of the show being rescheduled and people getting refunds or their old tickets being valid for the next show and stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all squared off. It's all firmed up. My band's is firmed up to doing the show. I think it's June the 14th. So all that is blessed, all that is good. So that is that for my day job. Okay, right. Next up, gaming news. Now, it's been a week of DLC. First of all, with the House of Wolves DLC or expansion pack from Destiny, and Battlefield 4's update, which is a hefty update. It's 3 gigs in size and new weapon and a new mode. Well, a returning mode. But first of all, let's get into some Destiny. Now, as you know, Destiny was a game that I really enjoyed when it first came out. It got a lot of hate, you know, from a lot of people, but for me, Destiny was one of the most socio-centric games I've ever played on any console. And with that, it made me like the game even more because I'm a team player, I'm a co-op gamer, do you know what I mean? It's all about the team, it's all about the win. You know, I'm not competitive, I'm not ultra competitive in the way that this dude is, Senmurai, you know. He was a random that came in the game and he was all right at first, but then he disrespected me, so I told him about him bomber clout and fucked off the lobby. But anyway, that's by the by. But Destiny had proved to be a game that was very socio-centric in terms of the people that I met and, you know, just the way we played and the amount of fun we had, because I believe strongly that games are as good as the people that you play with. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a game could be excellent, but if you play amongst people that basically glitch and cheat and boost and all that stupid stuff, you're not really going to enjoy the game. So with Destiny, it just proved to be a game that I really enjoyed with the people that I was gaming with. But yeah, with the House of Wolves expansion, I think there are 6 story modes. I think I've completed like around 5 story missions within it, and this is the Prison of Elders, which is basically a 3-player co-op mission, and it's a 5-rounder where you have different modifiers that gives you certain advantages or weaknesses depending on what they are, basically. And you have to more or less diffuse mines or shoot mines depending on their type of power that they have. And with the 5th round of the 5 rounds, you'll encounter the boss and all the enemies. Now this one I think was like level 28. It was a level 28 matchup, but then you'll advance to like level 32 and level 34, whereas with level 32, out of the 5 rounds, you will encounter 2 bosses in round 4 and round 5. You know, and this I do like this. You know, it is all about the co-op. It is all about team play for me, and a mode like this is perfectly suited towards my taste. Trials of Osiris, however, like I said before, I didn't know what it was called before, but it's called Trials of Osiris, where I think it's 3v3 or 5v5, no respawn, which is pretty much the same as Crosshair and Rescue mode in Battlefield Hardline and The Last of Us Survivor mode. It's more or less the same, but I didn't really enjoy that so much. I found it pretty quick, but then I totally understand developers implementing that kind of mode for purposes of esports. Do you know what I mean? Which is good. You know, don't get me wrong. It's like, I don't hate the mode. I don't hate it, but it's not to my taste. You get what I'm saying? So with the Trials of Osiris, it's all good, but at the same time, you know, with the way how that mode is played, it's more or less a camp fest with my experience of playing the mode so far. But in summary, House of Wolves expansion pack, yeah, it's pretty good. You know, it's bringing variation and difference to the whole thing. And to me, vive la difference, man. Celebrate the difference. Is it enough to keep me hanging on? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But like I said, a video game is only as good as the people that you play the game with. It's as simple as that, from my perspective. But anyway, moving on swiftly to Battlefield 4's update. Yes, and we have Battlefield 4's current update, which is a hefty update, around 3 gigs in size, and it includes some new weapons and also Battlefield 3's Gun Master mode. Now, I am not familiar with Battlefield 3 in the slightest, so it was interesting to find out what mode apparently the fans really liked for it to come back, I guess. So Gun Master mode was the mode, and I decided to give it a go, and it basically looks to me that you have to kill as many enemies with certain types of guns, and like you get 2 kills per gun. So if you basically kill 2 enemies with a beagle, you move on to another gun on the list, and it's basically the person with the most kills with the most guns wins. That's what I deemed it to be at first. Now, I colloquially called this mode Black Friday mode. Reason why I called it Black Friday mode is simply because of this. Now, remember, I'm still playing the game with a co-op head, right? With a team player head. And the reality is for you to master all the guns and kill as many people as you can. But dumbass here wasn't getting that. I was just trying to be of help to the collective. So when I started marking enemies and stuff like that, I found people were bouncing me, running over me, stepping on my freaking neck, stepping on my head, stepping on my ass, stepping on my back. You know what I mean? To get to the enemies, which kind of reminded me of Black Friday at your favorite department store, like seconds before they open. And as soon as the doors open, everybody's trampling over each other to get a freaking flat screen TV that's gonna end up having cracks on it and blood stains on it after you take it to the checkout. That's what it reminded me of. Now, please do not get me wrong. You know, I welcome a lot of difference in a lot of well-played games, and Battlefield, for one, is a game that I enjoy playing. The only thing with me and Battlefield 4 at the minute is just that I have been a low-level player of the game, and it's not for want of trying. It's just simply because of the bugs and stuff that I experienced playing the game from launch. And the ironic thing is that if it performed as well as Battlefield Hardline to begin with, I'd probably be level 100 and odd by now. But because I experienced so much crap with it, you know, getting dropped out of lobbies and rubber banding and everything else that went with the collective bugs of Battlefield 4, because of all that shit, I just more or less put it down. So I was really looking forward to Battlefield Hardline, and I made up my mind that I was gonna really just stick at Battlefield Hardline no matter what. You know what I mean? If anything, just to appreciate. Look, see, bouncing right in front of me. If anything, just to really appreciate the modes in the game, in the franchise, but experience it from a different perspective. And like I said, Cops and Robbers is the way to go. What do I think of it? Yeah, you know, I like it. It's okay, but I think I just have to get used to it, you know. And getting used to a mode as a low-level player, you know, you kind of realize what the high-level players have and what they're packing and what they're making use of. Do you know what I'm saying? And with me playing Battlefield on the flip side and being a high-level player in Battlefield, I can see how the lower-level players feel. But at the same time, having said that, you know, I've had my ass torn open by lower-level players in Battlefield Hardline as well. So it's much of a muchness, but I can see why people still like Battlefield 4 over Battlefield Hardline, but I like both. There's nothing wrong in liking both. You just got to see both iterations for what they are. Do you know what I mean? You know, I just think all this game hate and shit, just, you know, it just needs to freaking stop. Just see the games and see the modes and see, you know, all the goodies within the games for what they are. You know, it's Battlefield. It's all part of Battlefield. You know, it doesn't make sense hating Battlefield Hardline when you like Battlefield 4. You know what I mean? And unless you know the difference, just know the difference and respect the difference. That's all I say. But anyway, that's just me. That's just in my living room. That's just in my house. But yeah, Battlefield 4 Gunmaster mode. Takes a bit of getting used to, but in a sense it's kind of giving you a chance to use all the weapons in one game, or most of the weapons in one game, one match, to see which weapons you like and which weapons you want to strive for when you actually play the regular shit. So from released DLC to forthcoming DLC in the form of Battlefield Hardline's Criminal Activity, which I am really, really looking forward to. There's new maps. The maps look pretty cool. I think one of the maps is called Badlands, which from first viewing looks pretty small, but apparently you can play Hotwire in it as well, so it's pretty deceptive the way I'm looking at the map, but whatever, it's all good. I'm really looking forward to playing the modes, the different kind of modes. Battlefield Hardline is definitely one of my pick up and play games, and don't get me wrong, I love Battlefield 4 as well. I just wish that DICE got it together and fixed Battlefield 4 in the way that Battlefield Hardline was more or less fixed at launch to some degree. You know, it's all part of the same franchise, and if the essential components of Battlefield is in another iteration of the game, I don't see the reason for hate. You know what I mean? It makes no sense, you know? I do like both versions or both iterations of the franchise. It just makes a welcome change, you know, because you can't put a cops and robber situation into a military setting, you know? It just does not make sense. It's kind of making the game a little bit more grounded in terms of what you're able to use on the ground as opposed to what you're able to use in the air. And I think they've done a good job. Personally speaking, I really think they've done a good job. But anyway, it's with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. Many thanks for watching. Many thanks for stopping by. And as always, you know the coup, whatever the media format, genre, platform. I don't give a shit. If you're happy playing that game, I'm happy for you. It doesn't make sense hating games incessantly and hating people who like certain games, because at the end of the day, gaming wins. If there wasn't any games to play, we'd all be miserable fucks. So happy gaming, people. That's what it's about. And until such time I catch you on the next one, stay blessed. Magan. Watch the